Good morrow, nerds! This week on the LarpHouse, I'm going to show you how to apply a latex prosthetic. So we have talked about prostate transfers on this show in the past, but the benefits of latex is that it is reusable and it's pretty sturdy, and it's cheaper than silicone. Silicone is probably like the high-end prosthetic that you really want to buy if you want something that'll last forever, but if you're on a budget, latex is definitely the way to go. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Materials. We have got cotton pads, cotton swabs, Pros-Aid, or just another brand of medical adhesive. Pros-Aid is the most common. Liquid latex, 99% alcohol, Ben Nye colors for painting it later, setting powder, makeup brushes, and of course your actual prosthetic. I have made this one myself, and we sell it on the LarpHouse Store. This is meant for like shoulders and kind of like, honestly, scale boobs. I'm just gonna apply it to my chest because, you know, it's a Monday. Fish boobs are a thing. Let's do it. It's fine. Let's go. So your first step, my friends, is to get all that spirit gum that you've been using and light it on fire and bury the ashes in hollowed ground and salt the earth where you buried it because that stuff is garbage. Second step is to thoroughly clean the area onto which you will be applying your prosthetic with 99% alcohol. Step 3, you're going to take your prosthetic, figure out exactly where you want it to be, get your setting powder and your powder brush, and then powder a lot around the edges. So that you can see exactly where your piece is going to be. Next, I'm going to take a makeup brush and the Pros-Aid, apply adhesive to the entire area that the prosthetic is going to be covering. Some people will tell you to only go around the edges, but just, they're incorrect. And then, you're going to apply it to the prosthetic. Pros-Aid works best when it gets a little bit tacky and when you have it on both surfaces. I'll wait a second for that to get tacky, but you want this to be completely dry and then add another layer when you're done. Have your mid-morning existential crisis over a butterbeer. Actual butterbeer in here. Brush on another layer. And you can clean your brush by dipping it in 99% alcohol. And just line your prosthetic up. See where some edges are. Feels weird. You can see where some edges are not totally stuck down. You just want to brush a little bit under and over the edges. So once that dries, you've done the difficult part, and if you have a prosthetic with good edges like this one, you won't have to do a whole lot to it afterwards with liquid latex, but if you have a store-bought prosthetic, you're gonna have a hard time, but I will help you. We are momentarily done with the Pros-Aid. Liquid latex. I usually hate this stuff, but in small doses, it's not so bad. Put a little bit around the edges, maybe, to blend in with your skin. Just in places where the edges are a little bit thick. Keep in mind that if you do this, you are actually adding to the edge of the prosthetic every time that you do it. So eventually your edges will be so thick that they'll be really noticeable, and you'll have to either buy a new prosthetic or just deal with slightly messy edges and reuse it forever. Up to you. Just want to wait for that to dry. If you have really harsh edges and you want to build up some latex, it's better to do many thin coats instead of one big blobby coat, or you'll just be sitting in your pre-makeup game forever because it takes forever to dry in large blobs. Once it's pretty much dry, you're going to want to use your setting powder and powder the ever-loving crap out of it. Alright. That takes away the nasty, waxy texture of liquid latex once it's dry. And you can begin to color it at this point. I just use Ben Nye. So, I'm gonna do that. So when you are decently satisfied with your paint job, you're going to want to powder the crap out of it. Again, surprise. This is setting it. It's setting powder. This is like, it's what it was born to do. You can also use a spray sealer like Ben Nye Final Seal works great, or the Mayron Barrier Spray is also good. Just to powder is fine. Not everybody has about 30 to 40 minutes of prep time whenever they apply a prosthetic on site, so you're going to want to pre-paint them if you can. And then when it's time to remove it, you just need some 99% alcohol that breaks down the prosade, and take a brush and peel it up and kind of brush under it as you go. Or, you know, if you're feeling brave, you can just rip it off. And always make sure to clean your prosthetic. Just take a sponge or a brush and 99% alcohol and just scrub the prosade off. Always clean it, because prosade that has dirt and oil and stuff stuck to it is not going to adhere to anything very well. So clean your latex prosthetics. I'll find you. Oh. So I have just shown you how to apply a nice latex prosthetic that's handmade and everything, but if you buy a store-bought prosthetic that has thicker edges from like a Halloween store or something, you do the exact same thing that I just showed you, except take paper towel and liquid latex and lay it around the edges on your skin to blend it into your skin. And if the paper towel is too thick, add some toilet paper or tissue paper around the edges of that, and you're golden. You can salvage pretty much any store-bought prosthetic that way. That's it for this week, nerds. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please consider pledging a small amount to us on our Patreon page. That would be super cool of you. We are also on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and don't forget to check out our Etsy store where you can buy this exact prosthetic as well as many others. If you have a particular kind of prosthetic that you want to see and you want us to add it to our store, let us know in the comments. I may be in a sculpting mood. And as always, nerds, like us, subscribe to us, fight with us. What's up? What's up, everybody? Look, do I get a discount on some fish tacos or what? Let's go. Good morning, nerds. This week on the LarpHouse, I'm going to show you how to apply latex